Yes, there's minutes that we are overpopulated, but we make arrangements. The animals themselves never suffer because of that. The accusation of we keep them in crates for months at a time, and that's not the case.
That's Amy Carritenuto, Executive Director at Flagler Humane Society. The Palm Coast City Council has approved its annual contract with the Humane Society for animal shelter services, setting the city's contribution at $125,000 for the coming year. That's up from about $90,000 last year. The fee per impounded animal will increase from $132 to $156, reflecting rising operational costs. Council members expressed support for the Humane Society's work, but also called for better data tracking to plan for future needs. Vice Mayor Teresa Pontieri emphasized the importance of defining capacity limits and long-term planning.
I haven't seen a strategic plan for expansion. That's my frustration. And I think part of having a strategic plan for expansion is keeping these types of metrics. How many days out of the year are you, quote, overpopulated? How do we know what our future needs, what our current needs are if we don't have that data?
Carritenuto says it's not that simple.
It's just hard with like a hard, fast number to say we're overpopulated if we have 300 animals, because a nice big cage can house a mama and 10 puppies, but not 10 adult dogs. Each population is different.
The $156 per animal fee covers medical exams, vaccinations, and housing. The council agreed to continue reviewing data and communication with the shelter as Palm Coast balances cost with care for its growing animal population. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, October 9th.
We look at Palm Coast as being kind of the leader of the pack.
During Free For All Friday, Bill Gallagher of SolarFit told David Ayers about solar energy projects in Palm Coast.
A lot of people don't know the Southern Rec Center is powered entirely by solar.
There's a 100 kW solar power system on the roof. You can't see it, but it's up there, and that's about 10 times the size of a normal home. So we're very happy with the city of Palm Coast. We're just getting ready to start 2 new firehouses in Palm Coast. So we look at Palm Coast as being kind of the leader of the pack.
We've all had that knock at the door from solar companies looking to make a sale. Bill says do your homework before you sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, I think it's really important that homeowners consider multiple bids, not just make a knee-jerk reaction of buying to the first company that comes in there, which is what's happening. You see Palm Coast covered up with solar right now, and a lot of it is not local. I think really, really strong about local, because any money that is spent with a local company stays in the community. So the people go to the thrift stores, they go to the Walmarts, they go to all, everybody prospers if it's a local entity. So it doesn't need to be us, it could be anybody, but if you can shop locally, I think that's good.
To find out more about solar energy, tune into the Solar Fit Renewable Energy Show hosted by Bill Gallagher. That's Saturday mornings at 10:30. In the WNZF newsroom, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located right off I-95 at exit 311.
Over the weekend, deputies handled over 550 calls for service, conducted 91 traffic stops, and made 11 arrests.
Last weekend was a busy one for the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Rick Staley has the weekend crime report.
Some of those notable arrests was a man was arrested for throwing a frying pan at a significant other, and the frying pan fortunately missed, but it was full of grease and also burned the victim. He was arrested for aggravated battery and taken to the Green Roof Inn. We take domestic violence serious, and if you want a direct route to the Green Roof Inn, just batter your significant other in one way or another. Hopefully he will learn his lesson and get anger management instead of throwing a frying pan at someone. This could have been a much more serious incident. In another case, deputies attempted a traffic stop for a person that was driving without headlights. They failed to stop and pulled into their driveway, exited the vehicle, and then fled behind the home in the west side of Flagler County. Deputies surrounded the residence and called for a helicopter along with K-9. Fortunately for the suspect, deputies found him and arrested him before the K-9 arrived on scene and could take a bite out of crime. This guy was wanted on violation of probation warrant, and now he went to jail and is being held on no bond for not only violation of probation, but fleeing and attempting to elude and resisting arrest. Nothing like compounding your problems and making them worse. Great job by our deputies over the weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.